Game 3 of Shopify Rebellion versus BetBoom. And we had some twists and turns in the draft, that's for sure, Avery. We're going to be having a support invoker for Dota2, a hero he hasn't played since TI. We've got a PA that made its way onto BetBoom's side in a Game 3, whereas it was on the other side the last time they went to a Game 3. Night Stalker's here?
He is here. Very astute.
Where you lead to? You leaning on one side or the other, draft-wise?
I mean, let's be real. If you're going to pick one 5 player in the world to play Invoker, it's got to be a TI winning mid who is known for his Invoker. So I'm kind of rooting for that. I think it'd be cool if Dota2 just popped off on one of the highest skill heroes to ever grace the field of Dota from 5 and running it back. I mean, there's got to be an advantage for having this guy on the support right. Now's the time to show it off. And of course, you get that surprise mid pick on the Storm that Shopify did not ban. Though, is it a free Storm game? You're in a Night Stalker. The Venge can kind of save the initial jump. Pango is, you know, you can burn his mana. You're not that bad in the fight outside of like the Orchid jump. I think Storm does a decent amount for the lineup. And of course, they get the Coddle combination, whereas the Invoker mid with the Coddle isn't as good. So that part makes sense to me for BetBoom. But I still think this support duo could fall flat in terms of outputting damage on top of the Storm jump if Shopify get tanky enough. And of course, you have the Arteezy Faceless Void here to scale into the late game. If there's one hero that has a chance of beating the Phantom Assassin, we've seen it's been the Faceless Void. However, we've also seen some games where you just can't see her, you can't chrono her. What does it do for you?
And there isn't like a ton of damage they're going to be throwing inside of the Chronosphere. Looks like that's going to be our first blood. They run him down pretty easily. Battle Hunger on a poor support that is very far forward in lane.
Not a good first blood to give up here. I don't think you ever want to give up first blood with a Warlock lane because the hero wants an XP differential and he's about shoving the lane in. So when you die on a hero that shoves the lane in, you feel even worse because you're not getting the pulls off and they have really good equilibrium. On top of that, you're giving it to an axe. You've seen these axes scale pretty damn well.
Yeah, they can get a very fast ring of health. Ooh, that's going to be a kill on Nightfall. In fact, they turn around and do some decent damage to Dota2 too. You and I have talked about, I don't know, do you like Night Stalker right now? Because I know you know I love him right now. I think he's super strong.
I think the hero's solid.
Okay.
The refresh is definitely very powerful. He does a lot more in his ult durations during the nighttime. Just getting in there, double silence crushes some heroes. Kind of forces out BKB in a lot of these matchups. However, I don't know if it changes the weaknesses of the hero, which traditionally have just been his downtime. Like having downtime in Dotas can feel bad. Very exploitable. Dota2 will look for the retribution here.
Yeah, Crit's definitely going to die for this. Pops a Fairy Fire, but it's going to take a little bit. Tornado isn't quite enough. Saberlight and Crit to a lot of damage back to BetBoom.
I wanted to give it to Nightfall here. Nice little 5 position. But he will not be able to. So far, another lane phase where BetBoom are starting to pull ahead. And I feel like it was Shopify getting the better of them in Game 1 especially. Game 2 is pretty even now. BetBoom off to the races, especially mid. GPK just racking up a CS advantage on Abed here. 21-6 on the Storm to 13 on the Pango. Man, that last pick Storm really doing some work here in the early game, and he has the Coddle to boost him up.
The silence is going to work. Daytime silence for the Night Stalker is ruining the Phantom Lancer. Or excuse me, the Phantom Assassin.
Man, these right clicks with the Venge coming through. Demolishing Nightfall here in the early laning phase. The downside of the Invoker showing itself. Your spells are not that impactful in a situation where you're just getting gone on. They can kind of stall it once, but they're very mana intensive. They really need extra levels on this hero, so this is going to be a payoff lane for BetBoom. They don't need it to go that well. The only concern is, are you giving Saberlight a dream start on this Night Stalker? And so far you are. This is a hero that can take over the fights, especially versus the Storm. It's even a hero that can cause Axe some problems, just with the AoE silence trying to blink into the fight, so more firepower to back Abed up in that mid game. And of course, the Pangolier making a resurgence here, and he doesn't have to play in any sort of Rolling Thunder cancels. That is going to feel a lot better for Abed now.
Yeah, worst laning phase, but better game.
You take that.
Yeah. Upheaval plus time dilation. Oh, that is a combo that's going to suck to play against at some point.
Right, the team fight is crazy good for Shopify. They line it all up, right?
Yeah.
Fatal Bonds, Upheaval, Dilation, getting disarmed by Pango, and then there's Avenge throwing the aura through. It's pretty nasty if you get there. A little clunky with the cooldown dependency, so we might just see some position in this game where BetBoom try and force objectives, particularly Roshan, to get an Aegis on the Storm, where the Chrono or the Golem are on cooldown, and the NS ult, Shopify can't contest. That's the downside of all these big ults, but if they're offline, then you're really happy to take those 5-on-5s. Honestly, I'd almost favor their draft if there wasn't a Phantom Assassin in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if you can ever put this hero at a unfavorable win line, as nighttime is here, time to strike.
Do some pretty good damage. I don't think they're going to chase Nightfall into the tower too far, but just make it so he doesn't feel super comfortable getting this CS that is bound to push under his tower. With phase boots complete for Saberlight, he is very hard to
you want to gate rotate right now, because you have Flag Bearer, Catapult, Nighttime, Phase Boots, Lotus, Night Stalker, and they're going to bring Fly up here. This is a lane you just shove in and you dive Nightfall right here, right now. All the supports can't bail him out.
Yeah, now BetBoom do know about this, but does it matter?
Look at the right clicks, man.
Okay, GPK was ready to go with the TP coming in. They had a ward on the portal. Fly actually de-warded it.
You're okay with that, though. Like, this is an expensive teleport from GPK. It really is. He used a lot of resources from it, and crit. Wisely bailing that fight, he went and took the bounty rune away from GPK on the way back to mid. So some nice regen denial coming out here. It's going to keep the Storm on really low mana.
Trying to burst down safe, not quite enough. He adds some stick charges. They have to use the Rolling Thunder to finish him off. In fact, can he get the tight circle to catch him? He'd have to do it with the swashbuckle at this point in time. Abed cannot get it. Crit will die for nothing in return. And GPK, well, you deny him some regen, but he's with a coddle. So
yeah, that is true. Didn't end up doing too much there. Otherwise, I think that move would have been better. Pure just cutting waves, clearing out the jungle. He is going to be massive this game. This is a free farm cutting axe. So expect a very fast blink on top of this Vanguard into the Blade Mail. And it's going to cause the Faceless Void problems. No way around it. This matchup just sucks for Void.
Okay, they have to TP out the Phantom Assassin, but they're going to steal a Wisdom Rune for it.
That might be the best thing going for BetBoom this entire game. Double Wisdom Rune with a support Invoker.
Yeah.
That has got to be really juicy, right? And you're denying it from this Warlock Venge. Warlock is not a hero that likes to operate from an XP deficit. And Fly had a rough laning phase. He did not get many pulls off. He died on the lane. This is level 3. Not a hero that operates without his ult very well. Now Toronto Tokyo is just going to be ghost walking around with some extra points. This is where this hero shines. He can set up on you. He can offer some utility. And he has regen on the map.
Heavy rotation coming through, but they did have a scan on it. Do they respect that scan, though? Seems not enough. The silence is gonna try and protect Saberlight. But it actually is going to be enough, as Arteezy also TP'd it.
I'm surprised they don't continue. I mean, sure, Artor's here, but it doesn't do too much.
Yeah.
He's a Glove of Haste Chrono. I guess they're happy with the space they're creating, which should be a rune for GPK as he TP's back mid. We'll take it away from Abed. Double damage straight into his pocket. And of course, the axe. I mean, nobody is touching this axe, man. It's getting out of control, absolutely out of control. And I go back to that game with the Tundra versus Spirit. Collapse Axe versus Skeeter Faceless Void. You remember what happened in that game? At a certain point, that axe was solo killing the Faceless Void, even with 4 slots.
Yeah. It's not even close. Fly somehow ended up alone.
Yeah, he can't be up here.
In this top lane.
Just food for the Invoker, and that'll be more levels for Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, Pure has been cutting these waves so aggressively, you would expect him to get caught eventually at some point. But no, Shopify put 0 attention on him, and as a result, Vanguard, Link Dagger done, and in his inventory at 9 minutes.
Yeah. They've definitely focused the PA, which, I mean, you can't blame them, right?
It's in his courier's inventory anyway.
Yeah, don't get too ahead of yourself. Nightfall's definitely feeling the pain of this early game the most.
Yeah.
Normally, I'd say this trade-off's not worth it. It's just, I mean, it is Phantom Assassin, right? So you can't really blame a team for trying to focus down the Phantom Assassin and ruin your timings. But damn, are you giving the tempo creators for BetBoom a hell of a start here in the Storm and the Axe, and they have Chakra behind them. Axe is another really good Chakra hero.
Oh,
He's a hero that desperately needs mana in the fights, especially versus Pangolier, who's going to burn some out, and the extra refresh on call is huge.
You know, he spent all that time trying to hide the Blink Dagger, and then he ran the courier right by Arteezy. So they do know Pure is both here, going through the portal, and has a Blink Dagger. It's going to double back, though.
Stupendous.
Just faking it out. I mean, I wouldn't mind him just continuing to farm. I don't think he has to run and instantly make some play with this Blink. Getting this much space.
Darkness going to be used, but a Haste Rune! What a grab for GPK. Has no problem getting out of range of that silence. Now, Abed is going to try and help out here. Keep GPK from diving in too much.
He's hasted DD'd with Chakra. And they still can't find anything.
A little annoying, but at least they put the Darkness on cooldown. So this is going to be a solid 2 minutes time where they should be able to be very aggressive. Gets the last one on the ward just in time. Fly is going to get run down, though. This was a smoke rotation, but it nets them a Culling Blade. Chop there, Saberlight. Once again, Silence helps him against the GPK Storm Spirit. Another stun, out of mana. GPK is also out of damage. Won't be able to get the kill.
Just too tanky. I mean, they're wearing through GPK's mana. Honestly, Shopify very happy about these exchanges for their cores because of how slow their lineup is right now. But damn if their supports aren't suffering. And I worry for their comeback potential if they can't get some big team fight going with the Chrono and the Rolling Thunder diffusal on Abed. Like, what the hell is Fly doing in this game, man? He's wishing he had a Tome of Experience to buy right now.
Yeah, level 4.
Ooh. This isn't even that great a Warlock game. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Like, you're not that amazing versus any of these heroes. It's a triple range lineup, kind of 4 range lineup with the Phantom Assassin can choose to go in. Warlock generally suffers versus mobility heroes, especially the mid-spirit heroes.
He is food for Storm Spirit and will be food for Phantom Assassin at some point. He baits in GPK a little bit and
He lives.
doesn't actually die.
There you go. That's what he can do. He can use his HP in exchange for GPK's mana and then salve it up. Space for Artur.
GPK also has a salve of sorts. The salve applied by Save gives him a Chakra Magic heal. Crit, going to be pushed back in, and GPK here to collect, though again, just shy of the damage. So
This is such a weird game. Like, every time, BetBoom go for some kill. Oh, there's a full one. Oh, there's a raindrop. Oh, there's a Lotus. And walks it off, but it's another hero going to base for Shopify. So they haven't been able to make a single move of their own, but they aren't feeding to this buffed up Storm.
The net worth has maintained at a 2K lead for BetBoom and hasn't shifted at all.
They got to be happy about that because the momentum the Night Stalker could have had has fizzled, and your PA is recovering. And I feel like you'd rather have the PA in most situations.
Yeah.
On top of the fact this Axe is going to shut down the Faceless Void with how much farm he has, or at least that's the theory. By the way, he already finished Blade Mail and still farming. He is
Bigger and bigger. He
absolutely jacked here. This might actually be the most farmed Axe of the tournament. I think this is fatter than Collapse's was. It's got 145 CS with the first blood.
He is very, very big. Shopify feels like they're going to have to do a lot with the second nighttime that's coming in a minute and a half.
And this
Night
is
Stalker pick is going to have to prove its worth.
yeah, this is the battle we're going to see, is the vision battle. You have this Night Stalker for Shopify that has to go and give the vision during the nighttime intervals and the ult to set the fight up for the Bond's Chrono to come through and ideally find the Phantom Assassin without dying first. On the flip side, you have Toronto Tokyo is just going to be running around Invis the whole game. Your detection game is pretty weak on Shopify because you have pretty static supports who don't want to run on the map solo. And every time this Invoker finds anybody, there's going to be a Storm jump, there's going to be an Axe jump. You're going to instantly die. The Invoker earns you up, contributes, and then goes straight back to the Invis.
It's a good point. The Invoker operates a lot like the Bane did for Save.
Yep.
Right? A hero, a support that is able to set up pickoffs on the map without feeding away relentlessly too much.
And they're setting up right now. Once again, they're going to try for some kills up top.
Shopify are also set up, though, as they jump onto the Vengeful Spirit. It's a bit of a trap. They get hit by the Golem, and it looks like Nightfall bounced around. Oh, Tumbler Toy, not quite what he wanted. Still going to be able to find him. They have to use the Chronosphere, though, to finally finish up this Phantom Assassin. Heavy commitment there. Still, though, the Night Stalker has plenty of staying power in the fight. Helps him chase down a third hero. And GPK, zip TP out, no stuns. The Void was just coming off cooldown for Saberlight.
I mean, you say they had to use the Chrono. I don't think they had to. I think Arteezy wanted that kill as he snatches it away from Abed there. Still a great team fight for Shopify, ready to meet BetBoom's move off this Invoker and kind of baiting that out during the nighttime. They still had the ult for Saberlight. Gotta respect the HP on these heroes right now, especially if Pure, like Pure gets the jump, you catch Avenge. Okay, that's a great kill, but you committed the PA on top of it, and then you're just kind of stuck. You don't have much follow-up after that. Again, these heroes are very tanky for Shopify right now.
Yeah, their strongest hero right now on the side of BetBoom was the Axe. I didn't see him in that fight.
I mean, he was the go on the Venge, killed the Venge, and then kited it out.
Yeah, it's
got
true.
stuck with Bonds and Golem, can't re-blink. That's where you want that to be a core kill, basically.
Right. So your choice of initiation, when you have a 9,000 net worth at 15 minutes,
yeah, you
pretty crucial.
Use your 9,000 hero to kill their 2,000.
Yeah.
Right, that's a big difference in that fight.
The supports on Shopify continuing to be warm bodies to bait in BetBoom.
I mean, sometimes
that's their most useful resource.
That's what you got to do. I mean, they don't need much farm this game. Right, their spells are the impact here, especially Swap.
He has a swashbuckle. Can he get out the Rolling Thunder? GPK uses his disable. Abed Cold Snap is going to make it so he can't get it off. So
chop for Pure.
Another Culling Blade charge.
He's going to have a fast BKB. It's going to help him versus the Dilation, versus the Bonds. Ideally, he wants to keep hunting Arteezy here. Man, they just abuse this gate off cooldown. It's ridiculous how much they go through it. So far, the read's been pretty good. 0 deaths for Artur. And he's cruising in this game very far on the Faceless Void. And
but at the same time, the Phantom Assassin continues to have a rough go. They are hunting her down non-stop.
Nice little smoke move from Shopify. Getting the better of these exchanges on the map. And as you said, another death for Nightfall. It's number 4 on the Phantom Assassin here. Hasn't been able to find anything.
That BKB is being delayed heavily. And it does mean Arteezy is getting quite the net worth lead between the two carries, though it is still a 2,000 net worth lead for BetBoom.
It's all on Pure. And the supports. Both of them working towards double Force Staff is going to be the item of choice here for BetBoom. Can't blame him. Force Staffs versus the Night Stalker. Even maybe perhaps the upheaval if it really comes to it. You just got to bail your cores out of that silence so GPK is not forced to go super early BKB here because you need more damage coming out. Storm's got to provide you something. I mean, you wouldn't mind a Vessel on the Invoker this game, but I think by the time Toronto Tokyo would have gotten it, you probably already have BKBs out on the Shopify cores.
Smoke's going to break, and they do not find the initiation they're hoping for. GPK really fast on the reactions, does manage to zip away before Saberlight could catch him. And even Save is able to get out. He's just too damn fast.
Time for Arteezy. The Faceless Void.
Finally, something's going to be netted off of this one. Darkness is going to be used, refreshing the silence, making it so Toronto Tokyo can't ghost walk away ever. And even if he did, well, there's dust on Saberlight. Prepped to go, ready to go with it. He's got the shard as well, so that'll help him keep his net worth up as you saw him eat some Ancients.
This is really the powerhouse of the lineup right now for Shopify. There is no direct Night Stalker answer in this game. I mean, it's the PA late game, but the Storm and Axe don't really interact too well with this hero with the Crippling Fear. Neither do the supports. They're not offering enough damage. Solar Bind is pretty decent here, but not when he's having this good of game. 6-0. He's cruising. Doing a lot here, just playing the 4 in one game. Arteezy's not had to come to many fights, and he will have a BKB in this game, which will be go time. Full team fight coming online for Shopify. The only issue with their lineup is, can they force objectives to get that fight? Probably not, which means it's just going to be reliant on smokes, finding the right angle off the Night Stalker vision. So far, it's worked out. They've found Nightfall a couple times. That's not necessarily going to be reliable as this game goes on, especially once the BKBs come out. So both these teams playing it slow, but one of them is wrong.
I love that you focused on somebody being wrong.
It's not always that somebody's wrong.
Blink Dagger's being picked up. We're closing in on the end of second nighttime. And one thing that strikes me is that they have Avenge. They have Solar Crest now picked up, but they haven't taken Roshan for the side of Shopify. It's now daytime, so that's going to make it even harder for them to do so. That Swashbuckle did a lot of damage there.
Pure found the second support as well. This is going to be a 2 for nothing. Chop him down, didn't even have to use BKB. Level 15 on the axe.
If you dare.
Still having a tremendous game. And they're going to look. He's going to look for the counterplay bottom. Arteezy going for a solo kill on Nightfall.
He's got Chronosphere, and if he stays in the middle of it, there's not much Pure can do, but he can't get... Oh, he can get it. Finally finish him off. BKB goes off just before the call. Arteezy will be fine to just TP away. So,
damn. Big plays from Artur out here. 100s to 0 Nightfall on his own on a side lane before that BKB comes out for the Phantom Assassin. Huge shift in carry momentum in this game. It's going to push him almost 3,000 ahead. He got some good Maelstrom procs here too. That definitely helps. A little lack of evasion. But hey, that's what the matchup's supposed to do.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's the smile of a man who got his revenge.
Did, but I just can't help thinking about like all this effort shutting down a Phantom Assassin, just thinking about the comebacks that PAs have had in this tournament.
Don't think about it. Just do.
Just do.
Just do.
Shopify are going to be doing a smoke move right now, 4-man. Well, Arteezy doesn't have Chronosphere.
This is pretty much all you can do in this game for Shopify. Just keep smoking, trying to find big core pickoffs until you're confident enough to just walk into the Roche pit with the Venge minus armor, which is probably the next nighttime. I think around that 25-minute, you should be confident enough to force it.
Now, this is very big. They have a Blink Dagger on the Night Stalker. If they see GPK, he can blink, get silenced, and they will slow down the BKB of the Storm Spirit.
We'll see him on this ward.
They spot him, but can they catch up to him in time?
They're gonna force the fight here. You have Venice Holt. You do not have your Faceless Void here. You do not have Chrono.
Oh, Nightfall, maybe that's a better target, in fact.
Way better.
They're going to chase after him. The double silence, they push him away from the Phantom Assassin, and Pure is enough to be able to zone out. But they're slowed down quite a bit by the upheaval. No Rolling Thunder from Abed. He does not want to chase that deep. So Darkness doesn't actually net them a kill here. They're going to go back to do Roshan while this lingers.
This is pretty greedy spell-wise, but BetBoom actually backed off the map. Maybe not expecting this, because it's going to hit day. Uranus has no way to shift the clock, and your Chrono up in 15 seconds, but that's the only fighting power you have. Yeah, BetBoom are like, there's no way we want to give this up during daytime. No BKB on Pure, but you're finishing the one on Nightfall. It's flying out right now.
Oh, it's going to be close call. The tornado could delay things significantly.
This is so awkward for Shopify. Are you going to take this fight with no
trying
Knight?
To get in there. Deafening Blast to jump in for the Storm Spirit. Immediately going to be Chronosphere, and they'll get the Aegis. Now can they get the Storm Spirit too? Yeah, they get a 2-for-1 special off that Chronosphere. Still though, Saberlight gets caught by Pure, chopped down pretty quickly. The Invoker's going to be cleaned up as Abed rolls through him and looks for more. Gets stuck. Nope. Jumps out. Swashbuckle. They spot Pure. They put damage on him. Can they keep damage on him? Use the Battle Hunger for the extra movement speed, but there's Fly on the other side. Throws some of his blood in his face to slow him down, and Pure has been caught. He'll pay for that death.
Nice force stab.
Nightfall, good call. The swap is there to be able to stop him, though. TP out, so that's going to be 4 dead on the side of BetBoom, and an unsuccessful attempt to fight for Roshan.
Even during the daytime, they just sacrificed the NS. Actually, a pretty heads-up play by Saberlight to just put himself out there. Knows he's the most useless figure and guarantee the Chrono just in time to secure this Roshan. No way to interrupt this for Pure. And you can't Blinding Light a BKB Void here. GPK pays with his price for being a couple seconds too early. And that's pretty much the fight. The bashes and the procs have also been out of control for Artur, channeling the Faceless Void God here.
Also, how long was that Chronosphere up?
It just came up.
Like,
Yes.
we were talking about 15 seconds. It had to have come up just like the moment GPK.
That was a fight of seconds. Perfectly timed here for Shopify. As this game is flowing pretty damn well for them. And an Aegis on Faceless Void, this game is really strong because now you dissuade this Axe Jump, you dissuade the Storm Jump, and the PA daggers are not strong enough yet to combat what Artur's pumping out. Full Mjolnir done. You're in a pretty strong position to beat Phantom Assassin right here with this Faceless Void if you can get to the next item. Every Chrono is a guaranteed death on Nightfall. There is no save for it. Just have to be able to see him and land it.
And now you've hit another nighttime, third one of the game with Aegis for 3 minutes. Shopify are very strong right now. Let's see what they get off the map during this window. Because if they don't get that much done, then we're going to get into the BKB timing of GPK and the Desto timing of Nightfall. And maybe things will start swinging back BetBoom's way a bit.
He did end up completing the Vessel in Toronto, Tokyo. So that's also going to be really nice when the BKBs are out on the side of Shopify. It's very good versus the Faceless Void. If the fight goes long, you're really happy if you're BetBoom. Like, you want to get a jump with your axe and kind of reset the fight, bait out the ults from Shopify, and then go in. That's the point where you're going to win it. If the fight just occurs where Shopify get to go in on you, there isn't much to turn this type of aggression. And Saberlight is known at the whole game. I think every ult has been a kill. And every Chrono has also been a kill. No real answer for these big ultis.
Yeah, I love the willingness to use Darkness there to ensure the kill on the Invoker to make sure they find him, because it's not like BetBoom are going to contest you. You still have 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Bottom lane, Pure's trying to do a little bit of ratting, but he is going to be spotted by Saberlight. A blink away.
Can they get the swap?
It's going to be a close call, but Crit halfway through the animation doesn't get there in time.
Half a second off. We're looking at a cancel. I mean, these BKB TPs are not an instant bailout. You have BKB, you have multiple BKB cancels on the side of Shopify. Still, they'll get the lanes as RTZ stayed mid, and that'll give them a good smoke opportunity here to go back to their Faceless Void. Chrono back up. All the damage in the world. BetBoom in trouble if they get caught. They do have one good ward left around their jungle right here.
Are they going to try and snipe away RTZ's Aegis? That would be a mistake because Shopify are smoked behind him. They're baiting out RTZ right now.
They don't want to jump the Void. Unless he's completely isolated. It seems ballsy. That means you're just putting 5 heroes in your base outside of Nightfall who's going to blur walk the bottom.
Yeah, that doesn't feel great. That's going to be that net worth scale really going to start swinging Shopify's way.
And Octarine done for Abed. He is catapulted up in the farm. Ags and Octarine and the extra CDR from this quickening charm. You're looking at a 55-second Rolling Thunder here.
Any reason why he's not going the Basher? He's thinking about Shiva's next?
Just wants to tank up, I guess. He doesn't want to get bursted by the Phantom Assassin. Feels like that's more valuable than a little extra Basher damage.
Just the tankier he is, the more time they have for RTZ to be able to get his jump in.
I mean, the damage is your Faceless Void, right?
Yeah.
I think he'll consider the Basher later on. I do think it's a pretty good Pango Basher game. If you ever just catch the Storm or the Axe randomly, disrupt the fight, it's pretty damn good. And of course, any other damage off the Swashbuckle here with Fatal Bonds going through is... Fatal Bonds and Vengeance. Wave of Terra. Pretty strong here. You gotta remember, the Venge is just buffing up all your damage as well. So you get more points into the aura for crit.
I love that he's just... I mean, I'm not sure if Crit loves this kind of game that he's playing, but it does work. He's just stacking up on auras, Ring of Bacillus, Buckler, Solar Crest, working towards the Vlads. He has 2 levels of the Vengeance aura. He's just around RTZ, ready to go with the swap. And if RTZ ever jumps in and gets a team fight, like he's looking for there, fakes out the Chronosphere.
I mean, I like it. All this small armor itemization, it makes PA's life harder. This hero really relies on melting you with Deso, reducing your armor, and bursting you. I mean, Buckler, reducing a third. Every little bit adds up. Gossamer capes, Solar Crest, Wraith bands, everything coming out here for Shopify. Like, who do you jump on if you're Nightfall? It doesn't look too straightforward. And Artur, he's even taking stats over maxing time dilation here. Every little bit to tank up and avoid the single burst jump from the Axe and the PA. If that happens, you get to turn the fight, and you're going to win that fight when you turn it with big ultis.
Will say, as strong as Shopify are, it does feel like BetBoom is slipping through their grasp constantly. One thing is that the vision that they have on the map has been crucial. Help GPK get away from this smoke move.
They're not scaling how they want to, however.
On the side of BetBoom?
Yeah, they're falling behind on levels. They're falling behind on the big core items. Level 20 for Arteezy done. Attack speed in the Chrono, a really big one as well. He says he doesn't even need the MKB. He's just going to tank up even more. Daytime will strike, so that'll be time to smoke for BetBoom. Try and find some sort of pick off on the map. I don't think this is going to yield anything, though. Nobody close to getting caught down here.
Daytime, no Aegis. If they could have found something, it might have been enough for them to start setting up to control Roshan area, as Roshan potential spawn time starting in 35 seconds, but they're going to be forced back by Arteezy, it's looking like.
Another gate maneuver.
They get behind him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nightfall, he's going to be a little bit staggered here on this
high ground
initiation.
ward for Shopify. Abed
blinking backwards, making sure he's not caught by the pure initiation. They hit him with the Howl. He's not able to jump forward. Darkness going out. Saberlight wants to catch something out of this. They know BetBoom put into a corner. They just need the vision for Arteezy. Saberlight trying to get it for him. Arteezy jumping in blind. Doesn't go up that high ground. Does he know Nightfall's there? Doesn't.
They all get out.
Everybody except Save, which is... BetBoom got to be thankful for that. That was a close engagement.
Didn't even have to use any of their BKBs. Oh, they did. They popped Nightfall. So it cost you a little bit here. Otherwise, I was going to say you can just go take the fight because Darkness is going to be out and you're still in that daytime interval. It's your best chance to abuse this hero.
Honestly, I think save that with his... what's the slow that Coddle gets off his ultimate?
Solar Bind?
Yeah, Solar Bind. He put that on the Night Stalker.
Yeah,
that prevents the vision from seeing all those heroes.
It's the best tool they have. It'll force an early BKB from Saberlight, which is what you want if you're BetBoom. Force the early BKBs and then let your supports kite out the cores. Because they have a crap ton of kiting between the Coddle and the Invoker, but not much else. So during the BKB period for Shopify, it's a free-for-all. These supports don't mean anything to you. They're just food.
Tank. Abed swapped in the Healing Lotus for the Orb of Corrosion, just for that little bit of extra sustain in the middle of some sort of fight. They're going to smoke up. This is a fight for Roshan. Whoever wins this is going to be leading the game pretty clearly.
Oh. Get the angles here.
They're on the low ground. They're trying to make this smoke move while Dark Ascension is on cooldown.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. They're just missing a hero. So far, it hasn't mattered. It's all about the Chronosphere. Both teams.
Ships in the night.
High ground for BetBoom. Artur super deep in this
into
corner.
Each other now. GPK, he's going to be one, breaks the smoke. He's going to jump in, trying to get some vision, trying to hit him with the silence. He actually blinked over the side and managed to get his BKB off. They're going to go for crit, but Abed is controlling up some heroes in this counter. Now, Shopify need to be where Arteezy is looking for a target here, but he doesn't want to be going for the
kited.
axe. He is getting kited. He's not getting the initiation in quite once. They're going to go for the axe still. Now Dark Ascension coming up, but immediately try and jump with the Night Stalker. They do manage to blow him up. Pure's going to die as well, though. Fly in the corner, slowing down these heroes with the upheaval. It's looking really nice. Abed's able to play off of that one while GPK is running low on mana.
Where's the Chrono? He just can't find the Phantom Assassin here.
Arteezy cannot find the opening, but he is getting the swings in. GPK is completely out of mana, and they are kiting around that Storm Spirit now.
Trying to bait in Nightfall, trying to steal.
Jumps back in. They missed! Arteezy completely
not like this,
but Nightfall jumps into it. He did bring Arteezy a little bit low. Is looking to be able to get the kind block.
The call.
He finally gets it off the call. They jump in the crit. Nightfall finished off Arteezy, who does have a buyback for this one. The Storm Spirit dies, but Abed the Pago is strong enough to be able to carry this without Arteezy. Clears through two different heroes. Last left. Toronto Tokyo, Invis might be able to get away, but it doesn't matter. Abed and Shopify with some buybacks will be able to hold this.
That fight lasted so damn long. You're talking about Octarina on Pango. He gets a second Rolling Thunder off, 9,000 damage. Abed just cleaned him up in that channel behind the Roshan, and then still has another Rolling Thunder to finish off Nightfall at the end of it, putting the team on his back as that Chrono hits air. The positioning was absolutely insane in that fight. It just got so weird for BetBoom. They played it so damn well, baiting out these BKBs, and eventually they try and commit for Arteezy. Nightfall played this all so damn well until eventually he just gets caught by Abed, who finds his mark. And of course, Pure puts 2 lives on the line here to get the job done.
Yeah.
Look at the damage from the Golem too. It just messed him up, man. No way around it. That Golem don't care evasion. Just slapped him silly.
Both the offlaners die backing for that fight.
That is the face of a man who's looking to his old Faceless Void days. A hero that Arteezy used to have a mental block on and eventually got over. Is it coming back to haunt him in a very crucial Game 3 here?
Unfortunately, Abed, who has been rock solid for them this entire tournament, held through in that fight. It wasn't enough to claim Roshan's bounty, though.
Yeah, that was a daytime fight, so now it's way harder for BetBoom. And you have Satanic done on Artor. Is this enough HP? He just finds Nightfall, but no
if they
Chrono.
take the fight right away, there's going to be no Chronosphere, and Saberlight, he's going to have to lead the charge here. Jumping onto GPK, once again forced to use the BKB to be able to keep this out. Swap goes out to be able to save Saberlight's life. He's still drawn in by the taunt. Nightfall made his jump, but he didn't get anything for it. He used the BKB, now hops back to his ally. This was not the initiation BetBoom needed to be able to win this fight.
Nightfall can't hit anything. He doesn't know who to go on. BKB for nothing. And your Chronosphere, it's up in 7 seconds here. You got to get the hell out. Time dilation slowing him down. He needs help. I don't think there is any.
Yeah, he keeps on hoping to be able to jump over to GPK, but GPK has to be wary of not getting too close to these two heroes. Otherwise, he's going to die right alongside, and he does manage to get that Chronosphere.
A Chrono of redemption here as they're going to get him plus save, plus Toronto Tokyo on a dieback?
Just run him straight into the fountain. A buyback, though. Have they gone too far? A buyback from GPK nets them a kill on a Saberlight. Now he's looking at crit as well.
For the tower
Here's
damage.
The glyph underneath the tier 4s. Shots everywhere. GPK only has a little bit of mana left. He's got to be careful with this one. Pulling him back. Rolling Thunder. Hits one. Can he hit GPK a second time? He's going to zip out.
He's out of mana.
But he's out of mana now. A Force Staff and a Chakra Magic. That'll give him back to safety. Abed pulling the 180s. He blinks on out of here. They went a bit too deep for that one.
This
they
Axe Courier
Roshan.
It's trying to scout him on the way out.
And
more
mana.
mana.
The opportunity for GPK to jump onto Abed.
He's now the one out.
Time dilation, trying to slow down GPK. Anything to help out Abed.
Pulling one.
The TP out, a desperate move, but it works.
No Chakra in time. Even with the Axe Courier scouting from Pure, it's not enough to find any sort of retribution here. More buybacks out of BetBoom as they commit the Storm, the Coddle, the Invoker in this fight, and get basically nothing.
But now BetBoom have a third chance at being able to contest the Roshan.
This Roshan that has still not been done in 10 minutes.
Shopify had it. They 100% could have taken it.
Yeah. Will this come back to bite them? Or are they just going to fight it without the Chrono? I mean, honestly, why not, right? They haven't shied away from any of these fights without their big ults. And now is not the time to do so. You cannot give an Aegis to Nightfall right here. This is when this PA is weak. This is where you can finish the game. You give her an Aegis and another item.
This ward is doing so much from Saberlight. He sees a perfect opportunity to jump onto the back line, immediately go for the support.
The Rolling Thunder.
BKB tries to do it too, but Abed is there to be able to provide the counter. BKBs from both.
Oh, Artor! He's gone!
Oh, they jumped into Arteezy and blew him up immediately. Pure, all the cores from BetBoom jump in, finish up Arteezy, but once again, it's the other two cores of Shopify that have staying power. Saberlight and Abed chase down the rest of BetBoom. They are on full retreat. They can break down one.
Where Nightfall is?
Yeah, but they're going to blink right on top of the blur. It is revealed. They found him. Where's Waldo? Right there, dead in the top lane.
Abed, God, man. He absolutely decimating in this fight. What a comeback from that game, too, where the Pango got shut down. They banned the Bane. There's no control for this Rolling Thunder. He's getting multiple of them off every fight. Shiva's for the extra vision, and the damage numbers, they tell the tale. Put the Void on the front line. Sacrifice Artor to the gods because he didn't have Chronosphere. They just set it up for the other two.
Just do Roshan without Arteezy.
Why not?
To Abed.
I'd give it to him for sure. I don't even know if he needs it. That's the ironic part. He's already level 25. This Rolling Thunder is down to under 50 seconds now.
You're right. They gave it to Saberlight instead.
He's just invincible. What are you supposed to do versus this man? There is no control for him this game.
Dire's courier.
And you can only jump one core. That is the downside here for BetBoom. You have to pick your poison. Do you want to give a Chronosphere in the fight? Do you want to give a Rolling Thunder? Maybe Ags on GPK is the answer. Just pull them all. And it's done.
Yep. After that fight, it's looking like they're going to be left in a high ground hold at some point in this game. The Shopify have truly taken control of the game now. 21,000 net worth lead, and Aegis, maybe not on their carry, but it's on their other carry. And Saberlight, the Night Stalker, doing so much work. A cheese for Abed, as you said. It seems like he doesn't even need the second life, but just in case.
He's not even going to slot it in, man. Strength blink completed. Bengals kidded.
1,000 HP almost.
Absolutely kidded.
Speaking of kidded, remember 10 minutes in, we were talking about the difference of BetBoom and part of their net worth lead, who was in the supports. Now the support difference is really showing it itself as the Warlock has 13,000 net worth. I was looking at him, I was like, holy crap, he's thinking about building an Aghanim Scepter? Yeah, because he's got Ghost Scepter, Glimmer Cape, and Lotus Orb. He is stacked on utility items for...
And Chris just building Helm of the Overlord.
Yeah.
He's just going straight for the Vlad's Aura build up here. These supports, they're tanky, man. They're going to provide a lot if you don't go on them. And the more that you put BetBoom in a position where Nightfall has to jump these supports, the freer the fight is for Abed and Arteezy right now. And they are cleaning you up. This ball is rolling. It's getting out of control. You need to put a stop to it if you're BetBoom, and you don't have many more chances.
And your chances of being able to blow up Arteezy just dropped by 20%.
Backtrack.
25 talent.
Hell of a talent right here.
Yeah.
This is where this matchup feels great. We were talking about how big Pure was this game. I mean, what has he gotten in the last 20 minutes? It feels like a point booster. He'll finish up his Ags to buy out for it. The buybacks have decimated his trajectory here. Every fight, it has been him sacrificing gold just to keep them in a fighting position. Do they know GPK's here? They don't. It's a dangerous spot with the high ground ward. I can't believe he sat there.
With no buyback?
What was that actually? That would have been the most insane play of the game. That did not get punished. Artor, he's going to get clipped. Try and drag him in.
BetBoom, they have to play this kind of slow and methodical. Any misstep
Chakra
cost
call.
them this game.
They're trying to bait a clump. They want this Ags on the GPK Storm to catch multiple core heroes.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, this is a push without the Aegis on the Faceless Void, so in theory, Arteezy is susceptible up there if you think you can burst him. And of course, this Ags with Nightfall plus the Shard, you can go and break this Void. Just chunk him down. You have the damage. But man, has he been behind this whole game.
Yeah, that does disable the 25 talent, so...
Yep. AC for Saberlight is... I mean, they have every armor ore in the game, right? I don't think there's anything left to buy.
Yeah.
This is as good as it gets in terms of dealing with the Phantom Assassin. They gave BetBoom the PA. They said you can have the strongest carry of the tournament. And you have the power of anime.
You were talking about the being able to counter one of the strongest heroes of the patch, of the tournament, is very important for your journey to be able to win the whole tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shopify,
Absolutely.
if they manage to win this, not only will they go into the grand finals against Team Spirit, but they have showed in Team Spirit that they can take on a Phantom Assassin, though maybe Yatoro's Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, that's
a different breed.
That's a different beast, to be honest. Let's be fair. He's the best PA in the world. And I think it's shown something for BetBoom here, too. This is maybe not a hero that... Like, is the difference between Nightfall playing this and the Juggernaut or anything that much of a gap, right? I don't know if it changes their playstyle or their late game team fighting that much. Whereas for a lot of these other teams, it does.
Yeah.
One of the strengths of PA this tournament has been the comeback potential, but BetBoom are a team that generally just play from ahead. So what's it really doing for you a lot of the times? And
well,
I guess this is the game.
that comeback come to fruition.
We'll see if Nightfall can pull it off.
I mean, but Nightfall plus GPK, if they actually get a Divine Rapier.
That has to be.
Nightfall's thinking about it, right? You get the pull, you get the Divine Rapier crit
with triple
on top
dagger.
of a cleave, on top of a triple dagger when they're clumped up like that. Like, that is the wipeout territory.
That's gotta, it has to be this Divine, because right now he doesn't have the damage. Right. We've seen these last fights. It's slow, man. These Armor auras are doing work. Even to kill the Venge, it takes a while. So it has to be straight Divine here for Nightfall, and you've got to start throwing these daggers and play for the high ground PA defense comeback. Wear through the timing here of Shopify. Whereas if you're Shopify, you need this next Aegis, and you gotta go end the game. I don't know how fast your chances eventually start to drop off, but you're kind of max slotted on these cores.
Yeah, you have already hit some of your 25 talents, whereas BetBoom haven't, like the triple dagger talent.
Yeah, you're going to start to lose some of these advantages. Now, double damage will definitely make up for some of them. And maybe this is the call to just smoke it and jump. Man, Artur hits real hard with this. Do have to think about buybacks in BetBoom's pace. They have Nightfalls.
Gonna break. Doesn't get the opening. Arteezy will just go for the barracks.
Dispels the meeting.
Gonna be taken away, yeah. Oh, Chronosphere immediately put to use and actually did manage to grab the Axe keeping in as well as the Invoker. Arteezy not trying to go for any sort of bigger core, just locks down 2 heroes, and that's going to be good enough for him. But there are buybacks on the side of BetBoom. Are they willing to use them here?
Yeah, they have both up. So you can take a fight, no Chrono right now, no Dark Ascension. They're going to commit 1. Man, you know Pure doesn't want to commit another buyback in this game. So painful. You don't have Divine on Nightfall yet. Can you hold? Can you find the Vortex jump with GPK? Blinding Light to stall. Waiting for a big dagger crit. Might be the signal to go.
You can see Arteezy's really not that scared being bursted by this PA.
No, this poke is not doing anything to him. Too much lifesteal, too much backtrack right now. You have to commit a jump. They're trying to save Pure's buyback right now. Willing to trade a Rax for it. If you're Shopify, you just stay around, though. You're going to commit for Megas.
Time dilation just to annoy BetBoom even further as they attempt to push him away. They're just going to keep it going.
Nightfall, he finished Divine Rapier. This is what they were waiting for.
Okay.
Yeah, time to smoke and commit the buy for the
jump. Turn
jump.
the whole game around, or it could be the end of BetBoom at this tournament.
Are they going to chase? Do you want to take a fight outside of your base right now?
They're smoking, they're running at them. Shopify, they take the high ground.
Gotta remember, no Chrono for this fight.
And they got the scan. They got the scan on them. They know they're coming this way. Saberlight is well positioned to be able to break it. They're going to see some of their heroes. They see the sword.
Just walking in.
And immediately jump on these heroes. Nightfall's revealed. That Divine Rapier tries to go to work under Arteezy, but he's already time walked away. Nightfall looking for anything to be able to hit right now. Finally jumps down to the low ground, spots Arteezy. Time walk over to the side. And Nightfall just dies like that. GG is immediately called. Shopify will take down BetBoom, and they will have their chance to be able to bring down Team Spirit in the grand finals, best of 5.
Keep your 3rd place medal, man. I don't want another one. And Shopify will go to their first finals of the year after struggling for so many tournaments. Somehow this team just came together at the right time to make this event work. The drafting's been on point. The gameplay's been on point. And man, are some of these players showing up big time, especially Abed in this game 1 and 3.
Yep.
He just decimated them. And to run it back with the Pangolier when it felt like they had answers, this is a draft that just couldn't control him nearly as well. Got away from BetBoom for sure. And sure, you have a Phantom Assassin there, but what can he jump on? There's too many core target threats. Can't kill them all. The second the BKB is out, you're doing nothing. BetBoom not happy to go out here in this game 3 when they wanted an inter-regional rivalry match against Team Spirit in those finals, but they will fall short in another tournament again. And it begs the question of what doesn't click for this team when they need it to get that final last step, right? They look so damn good until it doesn't.
2 teams that wanted to be able to prove themselves that they are a top contender for TI, that they can bring down Team Spirit in a finals. And it's Shopify who will walk away with a chance to do so. Being able to take down BetBoom 34-18 in a 3rd game, a 2nd time that they bring down BetBoom in the final game of the best of 3 series. Very much looking forward to this. Shopify, they've just been, as you said, feels like this is a team that is very different from what they were 6 months ago. They look good. Can they do it, though? Shopify will head to the finals, take on Team Spirit.
And it very well may be the last time that they've hit finals in nearly 2 years. Animajor 2021, it was a finals against PSG LGD that they ended up falling. But here they are given another chance against the TI-10 champions of Team Spirit as they will be moving forward in a best of 5. Unfortunate for BetBoom team though, losing to Shopify twice in this tournament in 3-game series both times. Just an average team though.
An average day in the office for Shopify Rebellion here. Well, I mean, this game was just a formality. The Beyblades already told the story.
Correct, they did.
And yesterday I also mentioned that when NA goes against 2 regions of the same, and the grand finals are going to win. Like, if you put NA in a free-for-all, we're going to lose every time. But if you stack the odds against us, that's when we power up.
I love what Shopify did this game. I feel like in the early and mid game, you had Saberlight who really stepped into this game, making the right moves, shutting down Nightfall in the lane, then making the moves in the mid game. And then later, overall, I think